Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, I am going to talk to you about something that comes up in real conversations every single day. We are going to learn how to talk about your plans and your decisions. Things like what you're doing this weekend, what you're going to do tonight, and how to ask other people about their plans too. Now, the best way to learn English is by listening to it. Real English, natural English, the kind of English that people actually use when they talk to each other. So today, I am not going to give you a grammar lesson. Instead, I am just going to talk naturally like I always do. And you are going to listen, and slowly, your ears are going to start picking up the language on their own. So, get comfortable, relax, and let's get started. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about my week and my plans for the coming days. So, every Monday, I like to sit quietly for a few minutes and just think, okay, what is happening this week? What do I need to do? What do I want to do? And I have quite a busy week, actually. So today I need to finish some work from home, reply to some emails, and go to the supermarket in the afternoon. Nothing too exciting, but it needs to be done. Tomorrow, Tuesday, my friend Emma is coming to visit me. We haven't seen each other in about 3 weeks, so we are really looking forward to it. We are planning to go out for a walk in the morning, and then maybe sit in a little cafe and just catch up. Just talk, laugh, and enjoy each other's company. It is going to be lovely. Now, Wednesday is a bit more relaxed. I haven't got any plans for Wednesday evening, which honestly feels really nice. Sometimes you just need a quiet evening at home. Right? Maybe I will watch something on TV or read a little. I haven't decided yet. My colleague at work, his name is James, he's planning to organize a party this weekend, and he was asking everyone at work if they are free. And I said, well, it depends on the day. And he told me all about it. It sounds like a lot of fun, actually. Now, on Thursday evening, I have a class. I teach an evening class every Thursday, and the train leaves at 7 p.m. I cannot miss that train. It is always a bit of a rush, but I enjoy it once I get there. And then we get to the part of the week that I am really looking forward to. So, Friday. Friday is always a good day. There is just something about Friday that makes everyone feel a little lighter and a little happier. A group of us are getting together after work. We are going to have a meal with friends at a little Italian restaurant that we all love. Actually, I was the one who suggested it. I called my friend earlier in the week and I said, "Would you like to go out for a meal with me?" And she said, "I'd love to, thanks." And then she called a few other people, and before we knew it, there were 6 of us going, which is perfect. A nice big table, lots of food, lots of laughter. I cannot wait. Now, Saturday. This is where it gets a little bit more relaxed. On Saturday morning, I don't usually make plans. I like to keep Saturday mornings free, because that is my time. I might go for a walk, I might sleep in a little, I might just sit and do nothing, and that is completely fine. But Saturday evening is different. My neighbor, a lovely woman called Linda, she knocked on my door a few days ago, and she said, "What are you up to on Saturday evening?" And I thought for a second and I said, "Actually, nothing. I haven't got any plans for Saturday evening." And she smiled and said, "Perfect. because James is having that party and we should all go together. And I thought, yes, why not? It will be fun to go with someone rather than walking in alone. So, Saturday evening, the party. James, my colleague, as I mentioned, he's planning to organize a party this weekend, and it sounds like quite a few people from work are going. He's been planning it for weeks, apparently. He loves bringing people together. And then we come to Sunday. Beautiful, peaceful Sunday. On Sunday, I am going to the park with my son this weekend. His name is Oliver. He is 7 years old, and honestly, he is the funniest little person I have ever met. We always try to do something together on Sundays. It's kind of our tradition. Sometimes we go to the park. Sometimes we go to the library. Sometimes we just walk around the neighborhood, and he tells me about everything he sees. A bird, a puddle, a funny-shaped cloud. But this Sunday, we are going to the park. He said, "Mom, are we going to the park on Sunday?" And I said, "Yes, we are going to the park on Sunday." And he was so happy. We are going to bring some sandwiches, maybe a little snack, and just spend a few hours outside in the fresh air. It is one of my favorite things to do. Simple, free, and always a good time. Now, I want to take a moment and talk about something that happens a lot in real life. You know, during this week, I had so many small conversations with people about plans, and the same kinds of questions kept coming up again and again. For example, my friend called me on Tuesday and she said, "Are you doing anything this evening?" And I said, "Actually, no. I am planning to go out tonight. Do you want to talk now?" And she said, "Yes, perfect." Then on Wednesday, a friend sent me a message and asked, "Are you free tonight?" So I said, "Yes, come over." And at work on Thursday, someone asked me, "Are you doing anything interesting on the weekend?" And I just smiled and said, "Actually, yes. Quite a lot is happening this week." And then there was James again, who walked up to me at lunch and said, "Do you fancy coming to a party tonight?" And I laughed and said, "The party is on Saturday, James." And he laughed too and said he was just practicing. So, now I want to talk to you a little bit about how I think about plans in general, because I think it is interesting, and I think it will help you too. Some people are very organized. They plan everything. They know exactly what they are doing every day, every evening, every weekend, and that works really well for them. Other people are much more relaxed. They wake up in the morning and they think, "What do I feel like doing today?" And they just go with it. No plans, no schedule, just freedom. I am somewhere in the middle, honestly. I like having a rough idea of my week, but I also love it when something unexpected comes up. Like when Linda knocked on my door and said, "What are you up to on Saturday evening?" I had nothing planned, and now I'm going to a party. I also think that making plans with people is one of the most natural ways that conversations happen. You are with someone, or you send them a message, and the first thing you often say is, "Are you free this weekend?" Or, "What are you doing over the weekend?" Or, "Are you busy this weekend?" These are such simple, common questions, and yet they open up so many conversations. All of these are things that real people say every day in real life. Because when you hear language used naturally over and over again, it starts to feel familiar. And when something feels familiar, it becomes easier. And when it becomes easier, you start using it yourself without even thinking about it. That is the goal. That is what we are working towards together. It is a good week, a full week, a happy week. I hope this lesson was useful for you. I hope listening to me talk about my plans helped you hear the language in a real and natural way. Keep listening, keep practicing, and do not worry about being perfect. You are doing better than you think. I will see you in the next video.